I'm sorry.
I mean, like, we just wanted to officially greet you. Good morning.
I thought we had a deal.
Chico, oh my god, wow.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just didn't mean to.
I like that.
Sorry.
So we can't turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, you do realize that, that you have this effect on people.
But just make people just spontaneously
That-
start speaking in my presence. Yeah.
That we don't want to disappoint you. That we're all craving for your approval.
I disappointed my parents in the past. I'm fine with that.
But we want to not be disappointed to Lea Salonga. No,
And you do that with just singing spontaneously.
Yes.
and like, the moment you enter the room, we're like, we don't want to taint your presence with our mediocrity. We feel ashamed in your presence.
What have we been doing with our lives?
But welcome.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much.
we have this. Okay, for those people, because we are on radio, you don't get to see what's going on here.
Yeah, but we also have a Facebook Live.
A huge TV screen with Miss Lea Salonga.
And if you want to see it, actually, it's on Facebook Live.
It's on Facebook
right
Live,
now.
and then it's just amazing. How do you look like this? Like this? I mean, have you ever had like an anecdote where people, especially abroad, and you know how it is, like in the States, you get carded
for everything. Yeah.
I just got carded maybe
Right?
a year ago.
Oh, wow.
A year ago.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then so any like funny anecdotes about how people mistake you for somebody insanely younger?
Okay, this is what happened. So
I'm sorry.
wow, I love the timing
Oh,
of that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I was in New York
Yes.
a couple of years ago and heading to for drinks with a friend. It was his birthday. I think it was his birthday. But you're not allowed entrance because it is a bar. You need to have your driver's license. You have to have your ID. So the guy stops me from going in and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I need to see your ID." I'm like, "Really?" You're happy about that, right? Sure.
You're my friend.
Nobody's ever
I
more
had to
complacent.
hug the guy.
Right?
It's the bouncer at a bar.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Can I hug you, please?" This is like the best I felt in a very long time. This is amazing.
But see, that's the thing, di ba? Parang usually people dread when the years start piling on. But for you, what's your least favorite part
About aging?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'll try to keep it clean. Let me see.
Okay.
I mean, there's only so much one can control with aging.
That's true.
I mean, I have facial care, which is great for my face,
Yeah.
but for the rest of me, it's like losing weight becomes more difficult.
Yeah,
It just does. And
what
my
used to
husband, God bless him,
Yeah.
he's also 46. He's like me, 46, but looks incredible. And I mean, he looks even better now than he did when we were dating. When we started dating, we were like, you're putting the healthiest things in your body.
That's true. And it's like it's not equivalent anymore. You know, you work out for 2 months, you lose 5 pounds. But if you eat one bad, if you have
One
bad meal.
like a really bad meal over the weekend, it's like bam, back to 5
Di ba
pounds.
sabi nga nila, amuyin mo lang daw yung lechon, you gain 2 pounds.
Grabe naman.
May taong ganon ha. Basta parang aamoy na lang pagkain, ayan na.
May nutrients yung kasama. But you did mention, facial care center. What's one thing that you really love about facial care?
Well, besides that I don't look good.
So you
there's
get
that.
carded.
In my mind that I still get carded. Like, hooray! I like the pampering that I get when I'm there. I mean, it feels very relaxing. I mean, they have spa music that plays while, and the therapists, their hands are so magaan.
Oh, yes.
As in, may extraction na po. That's what's kunyari.
And with their voice, diba? It's so
It's so very soothing. kahit mataas yung boses, malumanay pa rin sa tenga. So it's like, okay, sige po, mag-umpisa na po tayo ng extraction. And extraction is not always good news.
Yeah.
For the heavy-handed, it can mean pain.
Painful.
It means tears while you're laying down on the table getting a treatment. But dahil magaan mo yung kamay nila, it's like, next thing you know, tulog ka na.
And it's like, ma'am, tapos na po. What?
We're finished na po.
Did you ever get like a facial na tipong while they were extracting or putting on whatever on your face, biglang absent-mindedly naghahum sila ng either Disney song or Miss Saigon song?
Wala.
Wala, never.
Na parang, na-feeling ko parang nag-audition ka pa. Excuse me, kids yung susunod na. You don't qualify.
That's true. And then there's this new treatment.
Yes.
I actually got to try.
Okay.
You got to try it?
A couple of weeks ago. The oxygen cell renewal therapy treatment.
Right.
So, can you tell us all about it? Like, how was your experience with it?
I went through it like a couple of weeks ago also. Well, upon the insistence of our facial care people. It's like, this is a new treatment. You want to try it? So it's like,
well, your
sige
impression is pretty spot
sure.
on. Your impression is pretty spot on.
She's there. And she's always so super excited.
Right.
And obviously loves her job. But yeah, it's like, just try it and let us know what you think. So I'm there, I'm laying down on the table, and it's like this. There's all of this, it's like they're pumping oxygen into
like
your
air.
It's like air.
Yeah.
So it's like a light, tiny little jackhammer on your face.
Wow.
But no, that's not painful. Don't worry. I said magaan ang kamay. But then it's just like they're just putting a lot of oxygen into your skin, so that it helps to make it more supple and youthful. And the therapist nga said, ma'am, baka makatulog po kayo. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, hindi naman. It's not on the loud side when you're going through it, but it delivers on the promise. So it's cool.
Right. So like, what are the improvements that you saw in your face?
It's not so much improvement. It's like it stops time, which is great. It's like I started endorsing for them how many years ago now? 3 years now.
Yeah.
So we've had like 3 groups of photo shoots over the last few years, and I'm looking at my photographs, and they cannot be retouched by Photoshop because I mean kasi kung niretouch ng Photoshop yan, and then you see what the reality actually is, parang bakit po magkaiba yung picture nyo sa mukha? Exactly. So nothing can be retouched on any of these photographs. So whatever you see is whatever the reality is.
Right.
So, the thing that I do like is that they help you stop time. And obviously I have to also do my share. I have to put on sunscreen if I'm going out into the sun for a prolonged period of time. I have to eat well. Exactly. You have to, yes, as the great Buzz Norman said. And then drink a lot of water. You have to eat clean. You have to eat right. Stay away from anything that dehydrates you too much. So I mean, it's kind of a twofold measure for anti-aging. There's a lot. It's not just magpa-treatment ka tapos na usapan. Yun na yun. Hindi naman pwedeng ganon. So you have to go, and then you have to also do your share.
And it's a great partnership because like how
it's work, and we all like each other very much.
Because like especially in your industry. I mean, you're always under close scrutiny, and how harsh people can be, especially now.
I know. I get my share of
right?
it.
And this age of social media, everyone is just so critical of every smallest detail.
And
so
with high definition cameras.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That does not help.
And so it's a great parang combination to be in this industry, and then you're super taken care of by facial care center.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that while most people are bashed na parang ay nako, you look old na, you on the other hand, it's the complete opposite. And like, how do you manage to look like this and you don't seem to age? It's like you have this time stopper that just stops time, and
it's great for when they have
you're
extreme
not
close-ups
affected.
on film.
Yeah.
Right. And
I mean, I do have like small smile lines, but because I live a happy life, so that
It's a good
is
trade-off.
a
It's a
good thing,
great trade-off.
from smiling and from laughing so much.
And I bet if we got like a photo of you from like Klim days.
Oh my God, exag. Exag ka tayo.
And then
Medyo.
a photo of you now. So,
Then you'll see a difference. Malamang, kasi 10 years old lang ako.
It's amazing. It's like this is the first time I've seen you in person.
Right.
I mean, outside of stage, because I've watched you many times on stage, but like up close, and it's like
Yeah, you're like 3
this
feet
is
away from me.
exactly like how I remembered you from way back. I mean, like hardly anything changed.
Look, for you
and
to
it's
get carded in a
amazing.
bar, I don't
I
even get
know.
carded in a bar.
Yeah,
just means,
you have
you
to
know.
hug the bouncer when that
And
happens.
actually, there's a little story. I actually watched the one time that I watched I actually watched you.
Okay.
But in New York, the second
Oh,
time.
okay.
The second time.
The second time.
Yeah, the
He's
second
social
time.
like that, eh? You know, he flies
So,
to New York.
like,
watches the-
Because I-
Casual.
Something like that.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
With and then I heard you were there, so I said, okay guys, BRB, punta na ako New York.
Yeah.
No,
I like
I'll see you guys
BRB.
tomorrow.
I'll just go to New
Be
York.
back in a few
Yeah,
hours.
and then I actually waited. Di ba yung sa, what do you call that?
The stage door?
The stage door.
Yeah.
Sa street.
Yes.
Because di ba you can actually wait there.
Yes.
So I was there with everyone, and then you came out, and then I was like, and then first it was your Chris. That was your
Yeah, Will Chase came out. Okay.
Will Chase there. Will came out there. Will, and then you came out, and I was like, Filipino! Because I thought everyone was screaming. You'll never notice me. It's
Yeah.
a crowd of like fans. So I had to say something.
Say something to get her attention.
Then I wanted to like elbow everyone.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I have extra cred. I'm Filipino.
Move out of the way, countryman here.
And so like it's really crazy. So obviously this is something that we would want everyone to try. The oxygen cell renewal therapy. There are so
Yeah.
many actually.
It's good. It's actually good. And it's there's a lot of different therapies.
At
that
saka
you
ano
can
siya,
try.
it's air, pero they
It's just
also
air.
blast. Meron din siyang parang serum.
Ah,
Inside
okay.
that little parang, whatever you call it, the nozzle.
Oh, pure
So-
oxygen and patented. I have my talking points. LP3 complex, and it's non-invasive, so nobody
Yeah,
can
not
it
at all.
doesn't cut into your skin.
Right.
It's not surgical. It's not. Afterwards, you get up, you can go shopping, you do your
Yeah.
errands, and
Yeah.
it's like there's no recovery time, which
And
is nice.
How about with like when you put on makeup? Is there like a difference now that you see? Like is it easier to put on?
I can get away with less, which is
wow.
nice.
That's
Which
the
is
goal.
great.
That's
Yeah.
the
I
plan.
know.
Normally naman whenever I go around grocery shopping, picking up my child from school or whatever, when I like the normal person stuff that I
Right.
do, there's usually not a stitch of makeup on my face because it's like
Why do I have to put on makeup?
Right.
exactly it's like
No, you don't have
Sunday
to.
morning.
exactly. So I mean it's not like I ever really had to,
Yeah.
and I always and because of my job, where you kind of have to put on makeup every day,
Yeah, you kind of want to give yourself.
you
that
want to
break.
give yourself a rest.
Right. Okay. Well, we need to get into a quick break first, but we'll get back to more of because it is Facial Care's 35th anniversary also.
Yes,
which
of course.
is why Miss Lea Salonga is joining us. But quick break. But before that, if you are watching us on Facebook Live, that's facebook.com.
Yep.
/RX931, one of the sites that you can watch it in. We're actually going to be showing an MTV/a video of what Lea is all about for facial care for the 35th year.
That's
so
right.
you guys have to catch it. So here we go.
The Morning Rush. With Chico, Gina, and Rika. Monster RX 93.1.
May audio ba yan? May audio ba yan?
Yeah.
Pasok na dito diretso. So I don't have to lower this and not talk and
Yes.
stay in silence. Okay.
For all you know, everyone can listen to us. Gino, you're so behaved. I'm not such.
I'm always behaved.
No.
I was raised properly.
No. Not behave in that way. Siya nga ang Beyonce.
No, I'm Michelle today.
When we walk out of the room, babalik na.
Nag-warm up na si Chico.
Wow.
Speak of vlog.
Wow. Meron na ba? Wala pa rin.
Well, there's no audio.
May glitch. Pati yun natakot sa'yo.
Ano ba?
Pati yung recording mo. Pero our audio mismo, for the interview meron.
Oo.
It's
Na
just
nag-play.
Does that remind you of your engine's response time when you step on the gas? Maybe your car needs more power. Gas up with Caltex with Techrock. It reduces friction by cleaning out deposits, so your car can release more power versus previous formulation. Babe, what do you want to do?
Shopping!
Caltex with Techrock. Drink responsibly. San Miguel Oktoberfest na kahit Survivor. Tara! Download na ang Oktoberfest Survivor stickers para mas masayang chat ng barkada. Drink responsibly.
The Morning Rush. With Chico, Gina, and Rika. Monster RX 93.1.
Monster RX 93.1, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this for real and not in a dream.
Right?
We have
Not
in the RX
hallucinating.
booth, we have Miss Lea Salonga joining us. How is this even possible?
Ayoko
Sige ka-accent.
Sorry. You've all of us yung bust and accent.
Wow! Pero Tagalog.
Oh, but I forgot. I have to switch.
Yeah.
Because,
It's Broadway
she's
also.
on her way to Broadway.
Rude! May kubaw. Rude!
Thank you.
So I have to adjust my New York accent.
Nice.
You have to remember where you grew up.
Yeah. I love the picture in New York.
Wow.
Okay, so Lea, you sang.
Stop embarrassing us. You speak
You
for us
actually-
as a whole.
You actually wished that yesterday. Kasi nag-free siya.
You know that family member that when you have guests, you try to like stay in your room.
You parang try to keep them away from themselves.
Yeah,
as
parang
much
don't
as
go outside.
possible.
You play video games in your room. You have guests today.
You can be yourself, but just not too much.
Okay, so it's the 35th anniversary of Facial Care Center, and you
Yes.
actually sang their anniversary song.
Yes.
And it's
Beauty to Face
called
the World.
Beauty to Face the World. So can you tell us more about it?
Well, it's basically just a song to hopefully inspire people that listen to it. That when you put on your best face, and for example, in the way that facial care helps you do that,
Yeah.
then it'll add to your confidence.
Mhm.
Hopefully it'll add to your fearlessness to face the world and to get
Right.
out there and to do it on your own terms and to do it bravely.
And especially since we were talking about aging earlier. Sometimes,
Yes. Right.
when people start, aging, they feel less confident.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
feel less
Self-esteem,
beautiful.
yeah.
They feel like, oh, maybe I really shouldn't, go out anymore.
I
'Cause
shouldn't go for this anymore
Yeah.
because I know what I
Right.
used to be, that kind of feeling.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole, I guess, self-esteem issue. There are probably other issues at play. I mean,
Yeah.
facial care can only help you so much.
Yeah.
They can't help you with psychological therapy.
Right.
I mean,
that's a different field altogether.
that's completely different. But I mean, what facial care can help you do is to look your best,
Yeah.
and hopefully that influences your attitude and what you think of
Mhm.
yourself. I mean, there are people that just completely confident no matter
Right.
what. But it doesn't hurt to have it done.
Well, it's true. Kasi like parang the way we see you, like from us adoring fans,
Mere
we
mortals.
see you as a parang strong and independent woman.
You can see Chico feeling this right now.
I know,
Inspire,
I am also a strong and independent
I mean,
woman.
we just see you and we're like, yes, queen. But what would be like, what for you, in your, whatever it is, parang was the most fearless thing you feel you've ever done?
Deciding to live alone.
Oh,
In
really?
New York City, yeah. And this is New York.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
actually a
yeah.
huge step. Yeah.
It is a huge step. You go from being cared for and
Mhm.
think where everything is taken care of for
Right.
you to not having that and
Not to mention headlining
yeah,
Broadway
and
musical.
exactly. But at the time, I wasn't working, so I could really just okay, I'm by myself. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So there's cleaning your house, there's learning to cook, there's all of. I mean, I was already paying the bills, and I was used to that
Yeah.
routine and doing my laundry and whatever. But when there's really no one there
Right.
to do it for you,
Mhm.
and then next to that would be learning how to drive at 30 in New York City.
In New York.
That's where you. It's
I
been
learned how to
very-
drive. It's not quite learning how to drive in Manila,
Yeah.
where
But it's a different beast altogether.
it's a whole different beast because I mean then you have but people follow the rules.
Kasi they have
Yeah,
rules
yeah,
there.
yeah. People follow.
How I
I
wish.
mean, New York City may seem to be like
Chaotic.
it's chaotic, it's energetic, it's a frantic, frenetic pace.
Yeah.
You know, but at least if it says that you're supposed to turn left in this lane, you can depend on turning left from that lane.
Right.
At least it's like Christmas, you
Yeah.
can depend on that being like that.
Yeah.
You follow the street signs, you follow the lights. Here kasi
People will
It's negotiable.
it's
more of like a
suggestion. It's
suggestion.
like this is the
Weird
left turn
suggestion.
lane.
Yeah.
But then there will be people, kunyari we're going to the left turn lane, turning left
Yeah.
here, like on our way here. There will be somebody all the way on the other side
Right.
turning left
Yeah.
and in front of everyone who's
Mhm.
trying to go straight. And
Yeah.
it's like, see, this is why traffic happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're a bleeping bleep bleep, then the traffic's gonna happen.
You know, like
So
being.
I guess you could say that like driving in New York is as compared to driving here is a whole new world. Oh my god! Hindi na yan.
You know, you've been in Broadway for so and going back again.
Yes, and going
Parang
back,
what
yeah.
would be your like the best and worst experience in New York?
Ooh, wait lang.
Because I'm pretty sure like you have so many memories.
Yeah, like you have great
of
ones
New
and then you have like
York,
really
and the
like,
many
sucky
runs
ones
you've
also.
had
Oh, yeah.
on Broadway.
A lot of them have been good, so it's not like I can really single out anything bad,
Okay.
or weird or different. But I mean, I remember, for example, in previews for the original run of Miss Saigon on Broadway, there was a lot of controversy with our casting. So
Oh.
Jonathan Price being cast as the engineer.
Right.
So there were people demonstrating during previews.
Oh,
And I
really?
remember,
Wow.
I remember like we were in the very first scene. It's Dreamland, and you know the guys are singing, the girls are in their bikinis and whatever. And in the balcony, we could hear that there were demonstrators had crashed the balcony.
The balcony
They got
area,
to
yeah.
go in, so we could hear them shouting
Right, and this is while you're all trying to
while
perform.
the show
yeah.
is going on, and I'm
Right.
like, what's going on?
Fourth wall.
Fourth wall.
Exactly. So it's like we have to block this out.
Yeah.
We have to do our jobs and try to do it as best as we can, and try to ignore whatever else was happening. And
Right.
We have a show to do. We have our responsibility. I mean, I can understand where the demonstrators are coming
Yeah.
from, and you know, and you do what you feel like you have to do to get your point across. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, ganun na lang. So I vividly remember that.
So the show still went on.
The show didn't stop
Yeah.
for
Oh,
anything.
okay.
It's like,
Right.
why are we gonna stop for
Right.
you? You know. So wala lang, tuloy-tuloy lang. Dinedma lang namin lahat ng nangyayari around us, and then we just kind of have to focus and not lose our
Yeah.
place. What else pa ba?
So that's like one of the bad ones.
Not the bad ones, but I mean, if there's a blizzard in
Yeah.
New York, everything stops.
Yeah.
There's
Oh.
no public.
Yeah.
There's no public
Public
transport. I
transport.
mean, the subways, as long as they don't go above ground, I
Yeah.
think okay pa
Pero
naman.
okay pa naman, right?
But once the subway lines stop, then
Yeah.
you know that things are
That-
bad.
So everything
It's
else is
bad.
stopping, yeah.
So it's like the snow is up to your knees, and you have to
Yeah.
wear the right boots
Yeah.
to So trudging in the snow is not the most fun thing. But
Yeah.
if you need your coffee, you're gonna do
Yeah.
it.
All for the love of coffee.
All for the love of caffeine. I can't do coffee anymore, but I still do caffeine. I do tea. But yeah, even if it's like across the street just to get it done, or if you have to go, because sometimes they wait until the last minute to cancel the Broadway shows in a blizzard.
Oh, really?
Like I remember for Allegiant the last time they didn't cancel us yet,
Mhm.
so I had to walk. I don't know how many blocks from my house to the theater, and then I'm like, okay, I'm tired. My legs are tired from trudging the snow, and these boots are so rigid, so that you don't sprain your ankle walking or slipping in the snow. So I'm warming up. I'm in the shower. I'm warming up, and then I come out all warmed up already. So my voice is like completely different. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, we just got canceled. We all have to go home.
That's great.
You told me like 10 minutes ago.
It would have been a whole lot of
But you know what's
difference.
really great about the cold weather?
Yeah.
But it's great for the skin. You feel
Your
Parang it gets so
smaller,
tight.
yeah.
Walang pores.
Exactly, diba? Like, that's the
Yeah,
nice
but
thing
you have to be
about it.
careful also kasi nakaka-dry, nakaka-dehydrate.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sucks all the moisture out of you, so
Yeah.
you have to like apply a lot of
moisturizer,
and drink a lot of water. You have to really hydrate.
Now, okay, here's a question for you. Like, have you ever been always confident about how you look? And people na parang, whether they're good looking or not, that has nothing to do about the
you have
confidence.
an insecurity
But
issue.
in
Yeah,
your
syempre.
case specifically, have you always been confident about how you look?
Not until I was in my 30s.
Really?
Took that long?
I'm actually more confident about my looks now at 46 than I was when I think I was in my 20s. Because it's like I was not a skinny, the showbiz skinny people. So I was a little chubbier, a little steady. So there was always this little monkey on my back.
Yeah.
Parang, you're not thin
What's
enough.
that move?
You're not
Sorry.
and decided, okay, now you can
Now
get
it's
thin.
your time to
Now
shine.
it's your time to shine. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ganun lang. And yeah, so in my mid-20s it happened.
So, like, for example, di ba, you had like 2 runs of Miss Side.
Yeah, it was much easier the second time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Na parang what were the parang very like memorable differences between doing it the first time?
The first time.
I mean, fresh from the Philippines, and then the second time where you already, a seasoned performer.
Yeah, it was much easier the second time, I think, because there wasn't the pressure of reviews. There were no critics coming. I mean, why ba? The show's been running for however long. Yeah, diba? So, by the time I went back, it was running almost 8 years now.
Yes.
And then the show was still doing very well. I was asked to come back. Like, the producer would keep asking me every year, parang ritual niya. Every year, here comes the phone calls. He's gonna ask me to return to the show, and I'm gonna have to tell him no again. But after 7 years, I felt ready to go back.
Right.
And I went back, and I had the best time.
Yeah.
I even extended my run another month because I was having so much fun. I was only supposed to stay for 4 months. Naging 5. Because it's like, can you stay another month? I'm like, yeah. I'm not doing
Because
anything.
you were
I have
having so
nothing
much
to-
fun already.
Because I was having a
Yeah.
good time. And vocally, it was much easier to do. Kasi nga, I was older.
Yeah.
It was less difficult.
Yeah.
Because my technique was already so much more solid
Yeah.
at the time. Because as an older adult, everything's like locked in place already.
Yeah.
So it wasn't hard to sing it. And I created the role, so it's like, oh, I better be able to do this. So, kaya naman kung di ko siya kayang gawin, di ba? And then, I just made sure that I didn't eat a lot. I ate to sustain myself.
Yeah.
But not naman yung sobra. And made sure I exercised, really worked out whenever I could, just to make sure that my weight stayed down.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of your obligation to look a certain
To maintain,
specific way for that role,
But I think there's I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's a downside to you looking so young. Kasi like
You're stuck in ingenue roles for a while.
Because I caught I caught Fun Home,
Yeah.
and then Lea played the
The
mom.
mom.
It's supposed to be like super like jaded na and
Right.
tired and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bedraggled.
But
But
it's
I would like to
Actually-
be like that, but she's looking so fabulous.
Actually, the actual character, all the way up until that she passed away, she made sure she looked.
Wala kang binabala. I'm like saying, are you serious? I can teach you that.
The real photographs of Helen Bechtel, she was stunningly beautiful. And she was an actress in college, and she was still an actress even while she was raising her children.
Yeah.
So, I guess she took it upon herself na hindi siya bumumukhang narag.
Maintain, yeah.
You know, that she had to maintain a certain look
Yeah.
for the roles that she would play. So all of her struggles were really internal.
Yeah.
So kawawa talaga what this woman went through in her life, given, but it's like you're an actor, so I mean, even the makeup on stage has to be minimal, hindi pwedeng cannot
Too much,
be,
yeah.
It cannot be too much. And we were tired because we were
Yeah.
crying every single day.
It's a,
Medyo,
it's a, it's
ang
a,
bigat
bigat,
siya, no?
ang
it's an
bigat. It was-
emotionally.
Yeah, it's
ano,
like it's one of those things na parang people will leave mountains of Kleenex
Yeah.
in their seats, in their rows
Heavy
because of the
heavy.
show.
Yes.
Heavy siya.
But I
So-
swear that number, the days by days.
Days and
talagang-
days, yeah.
It's talagang like, because it's a showstopper.
Yeah.
Like, it's a pretty big number. Talagang like, I wanted to like disrupt the plane, go up with roses. Congratulations.
Don't feel bad
That was
anymore. You be all
That
right.
was incredible.
Although, you know what, that was true. Like, yung katabi ko in fun home, as in may box of tissue.
Aeroplanes.
Kundi
Wala.
lang.
Wala kang binabalak. I'm like saying, are you serious? Aeroplanes.
Kundi
Wala.
lang.
Wala kang binabalak. I'm like saying, are you aeroplanes? Aeroplanes.
Kundi
Wala.
lang.
Aeroplanes. Your plans.
Wala.
Wala kang binabalak. I'm like saying, are you serious? I can teach you that and project your voice.
For your video.
Wala. Wala kang binabalak. I'm like saying, are you serious? I can teach you that and project your voice.
Why are you hiding from the world that's really meant for you? Why are you running from a life that's hiding just from the world that's really meant for you? What are you afraid of? Step out and face the world from a life that's written. See the beauty inside you. It lives you and carries out your dreams. Feel the beauty within you. See the beauty inside you. It's bursting at the seams and carries all your dreams. Feel the beauty within you. It's in you. It's bursting at the seams. Now it's time to spread through. Show them all. Look and feel face the world and let your light shine through. Show them all. Let your light shine through. Face the world. Look and feel face the world and let your light shine through. It shows you and carries all your dreams. Face the world. See the beauty inside you. It's bursting at the seams and carries all your dreams. The beauty within you. It's in you. It's bursting at the seams and let your light shine through. Show them all. Look and feel face the world and let your light shine through. Show them let your light shine through. Face the world. Look and feel face the world and let your light shine through. Show them all. You need to face the world. You need to face the world. Face the world. You need to face the world.
Your plans. Your plans. Wala. Wala kang binabalak. Wala. Wala kang binabalak. And project saying, are you serious? I can teach you that and project.
Why are you hiding from the world that's really meant for you? Why are you running from a life that's written just for you? What are you afraid of? Step out and face the world. See the beauty inside you. It lives you and carries all your dreams. Feel the beauty within you. It's in you. It's bursting at the seams. Now it's time to spread the word. Look and feel beautiful and let your light shine through. Show them all. You need to face the world. Look and feel beautiful
A hard knock life.
Childhood Broadway.
Everybody knows Lea. She's a Broadway queen, you see. Disney princess in 2 movies. It's a hard knock
The
life.
voice of your childhood, Broadway, it's all good. She a Disney legend, her talent knows no end. A voice like no other, now she's here to banter. Here's a Star Wars reference, and it might not be your preference. The OG Miss Saigon, now she a coach like Qui-Gon. Here for facial care, sing with her we don't dare. The way she looks is just dazzling, that's why they got her as Jasmine. She a natural at West End, her vocal prowess you don't contend. Of course she's got a Tony, our kind of rap is just phony. In terms of singing she's so legit, make you want to say she's oh so lit. If you were a treasure you'd be national, the kind of talent's just natural. Got lucky like a leprechaun, nice to meet you, Fa Mulan.
Life for us, it's a hard knock life for us. Instead of treated, we get tricked. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life, Lea. Everybody knows Lea. Eponine, Jasmine, Mulan. She's no other, Lea's #1. It's a hard knock
Ang
life.
gusto kong pagkain, pag Japanese yung gyoza. Ang guest namin today ay matatawag nating Diyosa. Nandito si Mulan, nandito rin si Kim. Bigla na lang nagkatotoo ang aming long time dream. Siya ang humanap na jowa ni Aladdin.
I've never been more embarrassed in my life.
That was good!
Oh my God.
That was so much fun. I think everybody liked it.
Alright, same level naman, no?
Oo.
Ganun level.
The pros.
For bookings, please. For bookings and contracts, please forward.
For bookings and lawsuits, please contact our managers and lawyers.
Oh my God.
Okay, so there.
Okay.
Finally we did it.
Yay!
So now that that's out of the way,
Yay!
maybe we can talk to you like an actual human being
Aw.
now. Maybe, or, you know,
Back to
that
normal.
might be a little bit difficult also.
Okay, so what's very exciting for fans of Broadway and fans of yours is that you're actually going back to New York.
I leave this weekend. I'm heading off
It's
for my first
crazy.
rehearsal on Monday.
Yes, can you tell us all about this latest return to Broadway?
It's in the revival production of Once on This Island.
Ooh.
Yes, and if
Daniel.
Danielle. Yes, Danielle.
I am a
and
tree.
Tibu. Yes,
Sorry.
exactly. That's the one. I was cast as Urzuli, the goddess of love.
Love, yeah.
Yeah. You know your shows.
I used to, yeah. Never mind. Let's not bring that up.
Open pa ba yung role ni Papa King?
Okay, ugly.
Actually, Papa Gay is going to be played by a woman in this production.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Agua is still by a man,
Yeah.
Asaka by a man. So it's very interesting how they cast the the gods are medyo pinaglaruan
Yeah.
talaga.
Si
nila.
Daniel, lalaki pa rin naman siya.
Lalaki pa rin. Si Moon is still a girl, peasant girl. And they found this 18-year-old from Oregon named Haley Kilgore. Let's see what else we can do. So the vocal arrangements and the band arrangements are going to be different, but still very much pays tribute and respects the original. So the original orchestrator is going to be redoing the instrumental orchestrations, and then there are humans, us, that kind of have to at points replace what instruments will not be playing. So because I'm in the soprano line, I think I'm going to be replacing trumpets and flutes and stuff like that. So in terms of the harmonies, which is actually going to be cool, and we're going to get to play instruments made from trash, made from discarded material, because they're going to set the show after a hurricane.
Yeah.
So there have just been some hurricanes lately, just of late, that have been battering the Caribbean and even in parts of the United States. So we see, the aftermath of one of those things. So the show hopefully will inspire people to be able to move forward and pick up. And that's something our people here in this country seem to be so used to doing after a typhoon.
We're the only country who has like, pag may TV crew na dumadating, nakangiti pa rin kahit nasa taas ka na nabubong mo kasi bumabaha.
Yung face na lang.
And because it's also a yearly occurrence. Right. It's not like every 35 years, here comes a big hurricane. Every year, baha, every year we go through, okay, I guess we're gonna have to deal with this again this year.
Right.
So, as a people, we're so sanay sa, dealing with the aftermath of something. So, it's parang, so hopefully, it'll inspire people to be able to pick up after themselves with a smile and be able to move forward and to rebuild.
Find that sort of strength to
and
soldier on.
Exactly.
Do you still get super kilig about the idea that, because you're a big fan of Broadway ever since, that did you ever think that, you would get to this point where one by one, you're actually starring in these musicals that you used to sing along to when you were just, a kid?
It's
and now
weird,
you're like part of the cast and you're on Broadway,
Yeah.
And
it's exciting, always. Hindi naman nawawala yun. It doesn't go away. That thrill of being in a show.
Do you still get nervous, like maybe on the first night or something?
The first few nights, for sure. And especially during the entire preview period.
Yeah.
Especially if you're creating a brand new show. That's when it gets really hairy.
Right.
Because you could be getting lyric changes on the day of the show. Like full songs, a paragraph, sometimes even just the one paragraph messes you up.
Do you read reviews?
I do.
Oh, you do?
And
how do you process it?
You parang, it's one person's opinion, number one. And sometimes you're going to get reviews that are up and down. You're going to have people that love the show that you were in, or there are people that hate the show you were in, or you'll get people in the middle na parang like certain things, don't like certain things. Ganyan. So for me, it's like, well, this is this person's opinion. It doesn't, we're creating art, and art in and of itself is a subjective thing. It's not like 1 + 1 = 2, which is cut and dry. This is art. Kung gusto mo yung art, edi gusto mo yung art. Kung hindi mo trip, edi hindi mo trip talaga. So it's one of those things lang that we have all kind of gotten used to processing, and you just know not to take it personally. Dapat hindi pinapersonal the reviews that you read.
Actually, if you think about it, for people who have gotten reviews like this, like for you guys, like, with social media being what it is now, parang it's nothing new. You know what I mean? Because for the normal person now, when you post a photo of yourself and you get a bad comment, it's like nobody's ever told me that to my face before. But like with people who are in performance arts, like this is something that you constantly have to deal with.
And even sometimes from the people that you have to work with, from stage management or from your director, you will get an instant assessment.
Right.
Pero the way naman it is delivered, when you're working, it's never personal. It's never, hindi naman insulto sa personalidad mo eh. If it's like, can you please hit this, you're flat, can you please hit this? And for me, so whenever I'm coaching on The Voice, I try to be the same. Na parang, this is not about your feelings, and I just want you to be as best as you can. So I have to be honest with you. Kasi kung magsisinungaling lang naman din ako, for example, to a talent, and all I'm trying to do is just, I want you to be, and even if my kid is 7 years old, I don't care. They will get, please, nagfa-flat ka na, you have to raise this up, because I'd rather that you make your mistakes with me palang
than outside there with everyone else.
In front of millions of people watching.
That's true, that's true.
How do people take it though? Because you know how the Filipinos are not naturally very confrontational. We're not very frank with each other.
People tend to be very sensitive here. And I don't know, I think it's something that you have to learn to adjust to and adapt to. Na parang a criticism is not necessarily an insult.
It's true, as long as you stick to the
as long as hindi talagang pinapersonal. No, and then I try not to ever get personal with a critique that I'm going to give. This is not against you as a human being, and I'm sure that you're lovely. However, if it's somebody that chose me, for example, 3-chair, 4-chair turn, ako yung it's like, you better know what you're getting into with me before you decide. And after 6 seasons or something already of The Voice, people have an idea of the kind of coaching. And it's real. It's not. I mean, whatever you see on the show is just a small fraction of what happens in the room. but I try to be as honest as possible.
Yeah.
Kasi if I just compliment you,
then you won't grow.
You won't grow.
Right.
Wala na mangyayari.
So wait, how would that work? If you're, let's say, you're in New York,
Yeah.
or once on this island, how do you juggle that with the voice?
I've been given naman a certain number of shows to come home and be able to
Wow, so
still
you're really
fulfill my duties for the show.
So you're really gonna shuttle
Well,
back and forth.
if they employ me.
Talaga.
so I mean we'll have to wait and see. I mean but yeah, I've been given time in anticipation for a return to the voice.
Like, how do you prepare, like, so you're gonna have a Broadway show in New York, and then how do you prepare, like, you know, with your mentality, like when you go back to the voice, because you know you're showing back and forth.
I don't know, and jet lag be damned, I gotta do it. It's just, I think we've been doing the show long enough that it feels like slotting back in is not difficult.
It's easy not to
actually the real prep is really for battles, live shows, knockouts, sing-offs, things like that. That's when it gets that's when it really requires as much of your attention, because then you have to really listen to and pick materials for battle rounds for people to, you know, and for example, Bamboo gets really obsessed about stuff like that,
right?
Which is great, because then the battles that he gets to stage are memorable,
seems like an
epic.
intense guy.
He's intense when he needs to be,
right.
and when he doesn't need to be, he's really chill and laid back. So I think it just depends na lang on what
is required of him.
Yes, what is required of him. So depende naman yun.
You seem to spend a lot of time on planes.
I do.
But you came from Dubai naman.
I just came from Dubai.
Wow. I saw a lot of posts. A lot of our listeners actually watched your concert, and they were posting photos like, before the show, after the show. I was like, wow, we're going to be having her in a couple of days.
She's going to be flying into Dubai.
Yeah, in Dubai.
It was a lot of fun. We were at the Dubai Opera House, and it's a beautiful, as in, ang ganda ng acoustics, naglalaway kami ni Gerard. We're like, ang ganda. And it's parang the technology behind building that thing is incredible. Like the hall we were in, they could raise the floor to the stage level. They can turn that whole place into a banquet hall.
Oh, okay.
They can turn around, like the box seats can turn so that you have like uniform backdrop, I guess, for a banquet setup. You can turn that into a conventional theater where the seats, the first couple of seats, they can drop those down, and that will be an orchestra pit. So they just thought of it, and I think it's a combination of political will and money that went into the construction of that venue. Parang if you build it, they will come, and if you build a world-class venue like that, then there will be artists fighting tooth and nail
to perform there.
To want to perform there. It's better. It's a wonderful venue, and I've gotten to perform in some amazing venues. That's an amazing venue.
Wow.
So we felt really lucky that we got to perform there.
So did you get to visit like Dubai and like the
stuck in hotel? That would be me.
No, but what about like music? I mean, like recorded music. Do you have any? Are there any plans for you?
Actually, I recorded an album very, very early this year, but it's going to be released either late this year or early next year. So it's been in the can for like many months.
Wow. Okay.
And it's
any sneak peek? Is it like a?
It's no. It's an album.
Original? Is it covers?
It's covers, but it's not. No, it's like the project is. It's part of a series.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's part of a series of different albums that are geared towards school children. But they're not necessarily songs for children.
Okay.
So we're gonna unveil it, I guess, when it's closer to the time. But it'll be either late this year or like super late this year or early next year. So
okay. So that
said,
said,
the studio album has been made.
That said, well, we'd like to do like a very quick game.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sure.
Basically, we want to test how well you would recognize your own songs.
Oh, good luck to me.
Okay, so we will act out instead of sing them. We will act them out.
We auditioned na for the singing part, so now naman acting.
So we will act them out.
Oh my God!
As if you
Full
were
service audition.
As if you were watching like a teleseries. But we will. It's actually lyrics of one of your songs, and you'll try to guess which song it is.
Oh my God!
It could be from a recorded song. It could be from a play. It could be from a movie.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
baka my mom will have an easier
we'll
time.
try. No, definitely we'll start off easy. The first one is easy.
Okay. Shall we?
Okay, number one.
On that day, I'll discover some way to be myself. And
Reflection.
I didn't even get to my part. Ang bilis.
Ang bilis.
Next. Song number 2.
Oh, song number 2.
We've had bad times, but that's no reason.
I can't live without you. I need you. Well, you know.
Oh my God!
What? You want one more?
This is one of my
Sige,
favorite songs of yours.
Oh my God!
Again.
Sige.
We've had bad times. That's no reason to go.
Oh, okay.
I can't live without you. I need you.
Oh, I don't love you anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3.
Oh my God, ang hirap pala nito. And these are my songs.
I'll wake from the spell I'm under. Makes me wonder how I could live without you now. And what about the laughter?
Happy ever after?
Oh, we could be in love.
Okay.
I don't even recognize those lyrics.
See
See it. Sorry.
Even if.
What? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Even if.
Well, according to Google.
Well, there we go. Wait. All those sleepless nights, all the tears I've cried, all the pain I felt inside. Oh, wait, no, I don't know about Hell to the Flame's not in there. You had to say goodbye. Was it just a dream when you said to me that there was someone new in your life? You could have at least lied. The truth just scared me. Even if you mean the whole damn world to me, I can't forgive you. Wait and see. I can be strong even without you. I can't waste my life forever holding you, hoping you'll come back to me. But deep inside, I know I'll be waiting. Wala. Even that's not the right lyric. Baka naman.
Actually, we did that on purpose. We purposely did the long wrong.
We just wanted you to sing.
Not counted. Baka ibang even if you.
Yung sa reflection din naman eh. Sa reflection din lyrics na sana.
Oh my gosh. But like, okay, so here's the thing. We'd love to thank you for taking time out. Look, kita mo naman from Dubai.
I know.
To Manila.
To New York.
And then to New York.
Yeah.
And we know you're insanely busy. We don't even know how you are able to do what you do. But thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for gracing.
And we hope you enjoyed.
Everyone on Facebook Live, thanks for tuning in.
Are you like a morning person?
No. Well, it depends. I think when jet lag hits, and in a certain way, then I get up at like 6, I'll sleep at 10, wake up at 6, which is great because then the entire household's awake, my daughter's awake, my husband's up, because they're the morning people.
Right.
Oh, really?
They're the ones who get up in the morning.
You would think somebody who's like very disciplined like you would have no problem with
waking up in the morning.
I guess if it's a routine already, but for me, kasi I have to peak at a certain time, and usually that's peaking at night.
Right.
So, which means that I should be asleep for part of the day.
Oh my God, I can't believe I love you even more because you said that. Because you said that.
Why?
Because you are not a morning person. Neither am I. It's like in my head I was like, Lea Salonga has to be a morning person. You know what I mean? But like,
none of us are. We're
None of us
like
are.
not
Right,
morning people,
Yeah.
which is so strange.
yes.
Because we're in the morning.
We work in the morning.
It's
but
like, what? How
Yep.
can that?
yeah,
Well,
but that's how it
But
works.
like you like eating breakfast and like the breakfast food and everything.
Yeah.
Or
I guess it's like a routine. It's a routine thing.
I mean, what do you still want to do? Like, given that you've been able to do a lot of things and stuff that you've been dreaming about, and I bet even stuff that you never even dreamed of doing. But from here on, what else is it that somebody like
I don't know. I
you
mean,
would want to still do?
I don't know. I mean, I've had the opportunity to actually like teach master classes in universities. That's been fun. That's been a lot of fun. So whenever I'm on tour, and if I happen to be doing a concert, say in a theater on a campus,
Okay.
Right.
then we kind of fold that in. and it's a great opportunity to see what kind of talent actually exists on college campuses. And you know, and the last tour, my daughter, she came with me, so she kind of listens in on these master classes, and so based on that, she kind of knows where she wants to go to college.
Yeah.
Wow. Which is kind of, you know, because I think she wants to. She says she might want to do theater arts or she might want to do visual arts. Definitely in the arts for sure. From the word go, my husband and I are like, she's not going to be a mathematician. That's not going to happen. Like her aptitude really is geared towards the arts.
But what about like, is there like a dream role, like especially on stage for you? That
I don't know anymore.
To try?
That I don't know. I guess the older I'm getting, I'd love to maybe do like Gypsy Rosie. Not Gypsy Rosie, it's Mama Rose.
Okay.
In Gypsy. So I think there's that. I'd love to do Mrs. Lovett and Sweetie. So that's one of them.
Wow.
You know, like parang it's not the ingenue roles anymore that I'm looking
Yes.
at. It's not the stuff that you play when you're in your 20s and 30s anymore. It's the stuff that you can play when you're in your 40s, 50s, even 60s.
Yeah.
Because those actually are going to be even more interesting to play. It's like, you know, the cool thing about doing musical theater and the stuff that's in the canon already. It's like there's interesting roles for older women.
Yeah.
And they've always just been there. So it's like now it's time to start aiming for those roles.
Pero mahihirapan ka habang nasa facial care ka.
There's makeup, pwede mong kumita
Diba ang
When
ganda
they're
problema
prosthetics.
yun?
Nakita na lang ng mga
Parang, we have a problem. We need to make you look older because you just look so young.
Wag lang mag-moisturize ng mga ilang linggo. Ganon na lang siguro mangyayari.
Yeah. Alright, but thank you very much.
Thank you so much. As in, can I just say, like, when fresh out of high school, I went into my first ever repertory summer workshop, and like the first thing I thought about was like, oh my god, like eventually I'm gonna get to meet like Lea Salonga, which never happened until today. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I just had to say that. I had to get that out of my chest.
Yeah, we're like same era.
Magkaedad lang tayo.
I can't say na parang when I was young, you were young too. Younger. When I was young, you were younger.
Okay.
But thank you very much. You have no idea how honored we are that you got to, you know, we can actually say, you know what, at one point or another, Lea Salonga was on our show and
She was
we're
like
done.
3
We're
feet
done.
away from us.
I know, but thank you. And I don't
Thank you
know
so much.
if you understand the kind of effect you have on people, but thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Picture. Oh, picture.
Light is much better. Facing
for their BOGO Day. Buy one, get one on their deliciously fresh subs.
That's right. So we'll see you guys.